Micro small-scale enterprises receive financial support from Anambra government partners. Federal government urges MDAs to remit 5% contractors' retention fees to CBN. And from the foreign scenes, ISIS claims responsibility for were attack and mosque in Oman. Here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values, as well as giving maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebanam. In a bid to ensure that access to justice is expanded in all deserving the Anambra region, the infrastructural deficits, and ensure decent courtrooms, the 21st Anambra State Executive Council meeting has approved the award of a contract for the construction of 6-hall High Court building complex in Awka to Hemebs Construction Nigeria Limited at the cost of 1,141,935,331 naira 88 kobo. The contract will be completed in 4 months from the date of mobilization. A release signed by the State Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul, also said that ANSEC also approved the release of the sum of 584 million naira for the construction of the 4 prototype judges' quarters at the unit cost of 146 million naira. The contract was awarded to Lot 1, Artisan Developers Limited, Lot 2, Times Construction Company Limited, Lot 3, Tivode Properties Limited, and Lot 4, Ben Daniels Global Impacts Limited, and will be completed in 4 months from the date of the payment of mobilization to the site. The sum of 335,790,815 naira 86 kobo for the supply and installation of 32 numbers 5K inverter with 70.5 kW lithium batteries at Anambra State Judges Residence was awarded to El Bukals Nigeria Limited and will be completed in 3 months from the date of mobilization. According to the release, after the competitive bidding for the construction of the dilapidated 834 meters works road by Government Technical College and the entrance approach to the Ministry of Works, the contract was awarded to Strasbourg Investment Nigeria Limited at the sum of 230,784,762 naira 50 kobo. A total of 3,000 cluster-based micro, small-scale enterprise MSMEs from the 3 senatorial districts in the state are being trained and funded across the 3 senatorial districts in the state through the support of the European Union (EU). The MSME support program being implemented by United Nations Development Program UNDP will see such of the benefit in businesses receive 100,000 naira grant. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike found in the report.
UNDP, with supervision by the Anambra State Small Business Agency, ASBA, is intended to help grow the businesses and mitigate the adverse effects of the hardship facing small-scale businesses in the country. Leading the monitoring and evaluation team of UNDP to tour different venues of training and fund disbursement in the state, Mrs. Grace Arize said they are in the state to obtain first-hand data on the beneficiaries to ensure that the funds is received by the right targets. She challenged the beneficiaries to pay key attention to the training so as to enable them grow and place their businesses on the global map.
I want you to pay key attention because it will help you in your businesses. No matter how small your business is, the aim of this training is to give you some knowledge to grow your business and make your business global.
In his remarks, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, ASBA, Sir Clem Chukwuka, revealed that the state government became beneficiaries of the program because of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's dynamism in delivering good governance to the people of the state and his target to grow the economy of the state. Sir Clem explained that the beneficiaries whose businesses that are mostly in need of help were selected from the 3 senatorial districts in the state. According to him, him, the choice of cluster-based businesses was to save them from imminent collapse on account of the current hardship in the country.
Our governor is interested in training, because when you train the youths, when you train the business people, they will perform better. These trainings were focused in 3 senatorial districts. We believe that this symbiotic relationship will continue to resonate in the history of our state.
For the project manager of the training, Mr. Fortune Tamunukoro, the trainees are being trained on digital literacy skills, financial performance, business and product development. Mr. Tamunukoro expressed satisfaction with the enthusiasm and turn-up of beneficiaries at each of the senatorial districts and appreciated the state government, EU and UNDP for the laudable initiative. Responding on behalf of the beneficiaries, Messrs. Ngozi Ume, a fashion designer, Leo Imoka, a rice farmer, and Chukwudi Obiano, a poultry farmer, said they have received the funding and training free of cost and expressed appreciation to the Soludo-led administration, EU and UNDP for their thoughtfulness in uplifting MSEMS in the states. In Oka, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
A 3-day relief for the people of Nnewi North and Nnewi South local government areas of Anambra State following a free medical outreach organized by a non-governmental organization, Chidi Anyegbu Foundation, in collaboration with Living Hope Medical Center, USA. The medical mission, which took place at Part and Delina Anyegbu Hospital, Amici, Nnewi South Cancer Area, drew over 2,000 persons who converged on the hospital to receive lifeline treatments and medical attention. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike fathered the report.
Beneficiaries were examined and treated for illnesses such as eye and tooth problems, prostate cancer, fibroid, among other health-related problems. The opening ceremony began with an interdenominational service officiated by the Anglican Bishop of Amici Diocese, Right Reverend Ephraim Ikako, who revealed that there are 2 types of illnesses, the physical and spiritual, saying that when any of the sickness is not treated, it leads to death, and challenged them to receive the drugs and treatment with faith, as all healings comes from God. Bishop Ikako prayed for God's unimaginable blessings upon the households of the benefactors.
Lord, as power comes upon these drugs, may it bring healing. May it bring restoration of health. May it bring total cure to every ailment.
Speaking to the journalist, the founder of Chidi Anyegbu Foundation, Chief and Mrs. Chidi Anyegbu of Chisco Group, revealed that the family began the outreach years ago because the increasing number of avoidable and regrettable deaths noticed in the society, and as such, it became a way of giving back to the society and reducing the mortality rate.
They are healthy, they are wealthy. So let them be very conscious of their health. Thank God the hospital is here. Now, this hospital has been equipped. We have X-ray, we have scan, we have name all this equipment.
It's just good to just see how God is using us. I count it a privilege. He chose to use us to be this channel of blessing to others.
Passion and the goal is to reach as many as we can reach all over across Nigeria. The grace of God, over 35 years, we've been able to keep it going through the support of so many people.
The Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegu, and the Transition Committee Chairman of Nnewi South, Mr. Van George Ezogidi, described the medical mission as the highest in Africa with tremendous impact on the lives of the communities, and pointed out that the move is in line with the state government PPCP call across the state in order to escalate development in all parts of the state. Some of the beneficiaries, Messrs. Augustina Chukwujeku and Sabinus Ihuoha, who received eye surgeries with songs of joy, said that they have been living in pains over the years as a result of eye problems and lack of funds for treatment, and appreciated the benefactors for the rare opportunity and prayed that God will continue to protect and uplift them and their families. Recounting their experiences, an ophthalmologist, Dr. Onyinye Onyea, revealed that the major eye problems they treated were refractive errors and glaucoma, which could cause irreversible blindness among the patients, and asked everyone above 40 years to embrace yearly eye checkup and proper cooking of meat to avoid its effects on the eyes. She also urged pregnant women to ensure they keep to the antenatal appointments, while Dr. Chimobi said that he had joined the program over 10 years ago, listing diabetes, hypertension, hernia, thyroid, and fibroid among others as major problems they have encountered, adding that the hospital is fully equipped to carry out major surgeries without fear of complications, as they have qualified doctors and physicians.
A new dawn has come on the Eziowele community in the Idemili North Council area with the election of Dr. Julian Obiora as the President General of Eziowele Improvement Union. The election, which also produced the news active of the union, was conducted using an open ballot system with delegates attending from the branches of the union at home and in the diaspora. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo-Koye filed the report.
Was witnessed by delegations from the Ministry of Local Governments, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, and security agencies. The office of the President General was zoned to Ubulu Village, Eziowele, as according to the community, the village had not produced a President General before in the community. Thus, Ubulu Village therefore presented Dr. Obiora and Mr. Izuchukwu Akuche to the community for voting. In the end, Dr. Obiora pulled 105 votes to win the election against Mr. Akuche's 38 votes. Dr. Obiora and his team will pilot the affairs of EIU for a tenure of 4 years.
We need to find something and empower them, get something for them, and then also I will create a welfare committee that we see about the indigents.
Speaking shortly after the election, the Transition Committee Chairman, Idemili North Council Area, Mr. Stanley Nkwoka, described the election as free, fair, and credible, praising Ndi Eziowele for the orderly manners they displayed, which shows that they have really embraced peace and unity.
I am here myself. I witnessed the election. I got free and fair. At least it's a fair election. I've looked at as peaceful as this.
Addressing the General Assembly, the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, Chief Titus Abudo, commended the Electoral Committee for working diligently to ensure the success of the election, stating that nothing gives one more happiness than handing over to a successor that will deliver. He praised the traditional ruler of Eziowele, Igwe Michael Okonkwo Etusi, the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Swabwanne, and Governor Chukwuma Soludo for bringing a solution to the lingering town union crisis in Eziowele. The leader of the delegation from the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Ike Chukwumbike, expressed happiness with the peaceful, credible, and transparent conduct of the exercise and asked the winners to know they have been elected to work for the community. Earlier in his speech, the chairman of the Electoral Committee, Dr. Laz Okafor, maintained that the day is historic, asking all parties to come together to promote unity, oneness, and progress. Appreciating the community for finding him worthy for the position, Dr. Obiora said it was his desire to serve and that he would put his wealth of knowledge to work for Ndi Eziowele. Other members of the executive committee elected alongside Dr. Obiora were Tochukwu Ide as secretary, Emeka Anyebu as financial secretary, and other positions. From Eziowele Town Hall, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
In a strategic effort to enhance peaceful coexistence and resolution of land dispute in Ifitente, the community in Oyi Council area, elders and stakeholders of the community have embarked on a peaceful protest, urging the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to implement Anambra State government's white paper on Ifitente land. We have details.
Peaceful protest which took place at Amokbo, Orokibi, Ifitente, through Ovenenge, D. Igwe, Airport Road, Agocha, Ezudo, and Ekigwe Inteje saw elders, women, and youth of the community chanting songs and carried placards with various inscriptions such as no more land grabbers in the name of Land Management Committee. EFCC should implement Anambra State Government White Paper on Ifitenteje lands. Save Our Souls, Governor Soludo, implement government white papers on Ifitenteje lands to foster a lasting peace in Ifitenteje, among others. Speaking during the event, an elder in the community and the chairman of Ojiani Ifitenteje, Mr. Paul Eguato, said that the peaceful protest aimed at notifying the general public that Ifitenteje community does not sell her lands, and a call to the EFCC to implement the state government white paper on Ifitenteje lands to enable their women cultivate on their land and bring a lasting solution to crisis in the community.
For over 30 years ago,
another elder, Mr. Christopher Bale, expressed dismay that some individuals constitute themselves as land management committee, selling community land without legal permission of the owners, which has resulted to crisis for over 5 years now. Called on these individuals to retrace their step, while a stakeholder, Mr. Nebechi Ogwo, alleged that these individuals who constituted themselves as land management committee to perpetuate the indiscriminate and illegal land transactions in the community. He pointed out that on the 5th day of June 2024, the community declared that there is nothing like land management committee and power of attorney, pleaded with the state government to intervene, while urging the EFCC to investigate the land fraud in Ifitenteje, as well as implement the content of the government white paper on Ifitenteje land.
We are calling on the EFCC to investigate this purported land management committee to ensure the execution of a government white paper on Ifitenteje land.
On his part, a former youth chairman in Ifitenteje, Mr. Emeka Nwabude, said that over 100 hectares of lands were sold by the fraudsters and land traffickers, resulting to killing and crisis in the community. Explained that they wrote to the immediate past governor of Anambra State on the land crisis in 2019-2020. A panel of inquiry was constituted which bettered the white paper that mandated the EFCC to investigate and implement the content of the white paper, called on the state government to come to their rescue as their lives are threatened.
Wrote to the Anambra State. Anambra State did the needful. They had the EFCC to they mandate the EFCC to investigate. Of which that we have written to the EFCC to do the needful.
From Ifitenteje, Nayawankwo reporting for ABS.
The federal government, through the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, has mandated all federal government-owned ministries, departments and agencies to remit 5% retention fees deducted from contractors' payments at the Central Bank of Nigeria. A memo signed by the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Madain, tagged OAGF/CAD/026/volume 5/896, said the move became necessary following complaints of a non-payment of retention fees by MDAs upon completion of projects by contractors. The memo stated that a retention fund is a form of security provided for any construction contract as limited security for the due performance of the contractor's obligations under the contract. At the completion of the project, the contractor gets a percentage of the total fund, and when a final certificate indicating that the contractor has fulfilled all obligations, the remaining balance is paid. From the foreign scenes, the jihadist ISIS group has claimed responsibility for an attack on a Shiite Muslim mosque in the Gulf Arab state of Oman that killed 6 people Monday evening. The Sunni Muslim Islamist group said in a statement that 3 of its suicide attackers fired on worshippers at the mosque and exchanged gunfire with Omani security forces until morning. The group also published what it said was a video of the attack on the Telegram messaging app. The incident has shocked a country that avoided the sectarian violence that gripped some Middle Eastern states, including some of Oman's Orwell neighbors, after ISIS declared its state in Iraq and Syria a decade ago and sought to expand throughout the Arabian Peninsula. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. On YouTube, we are ABS Television Oka. On X, formerly Twitter, we are ABS Radio TV. On Instagram, we are ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main points that made it news again tonight. Anambra State Government has awarded contract of High Court Building Complex in Oka. Micro small-scale enterprises have received financial support from Anambra government partners. Federal government has urged MDAs to remit 5% contractors' retention fees to CBN. And finally, from the foreign scenes, the Auditor ISIS has claimed responsibility for air attack on mosque in Oman. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values, has given maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all in the news tonight, edited by Jideka Okoye. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.